welcome back to another episode of Reading and Writing in a DeLorean. And with me, I have DJ Baldwin, new author, hot, upcoming off the press, I guess. Fun fact, you own one more DeLorean than I have in my life.
Yeah, I bought a DeLorean about 12 or 13 years ago, and it was while I was in Alabama for school, and then the Air Force had other plans for me, and they said, hey, you're going to Germany, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to ship a DeLorean over. So I sold that one, and then, when I got back to the States in Virginia, I got my second dream car and had it for about 2 years. So,
and that one is the one that I knew. So that was a fun car. But now we have something else in common. First was the DeLorean. Like, now I'm feeling like you're just stalking me. I went from like, well, that's cool. Now that I'm saying it out loud.
I mean, you're Brian Paone. Who's not stalking you?
Oh, Jesus. Is it you outside my bushes at night? So now you've also switched gears a little bit. You retired from the Air Force. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And so now you've also entered the realm of writing. So you've decided to take a stab at your first novel, which is tentatively titled Mia. We're saying that word because if people go to look for it later,
right,
and you change it, and I want them to be like, where the heck's this book, right? So right now it's titled Mia, but it could change. I've seen some of the artwork, well, your website design, which was very impressive. I was very happy with that. And it seems, so we're in the sci-fi realm, which is perfect for Comic-Cons, like us here at the Richmond Comic-Con in Richmond, Virginia. That's where we are right now. So hopefully you one day you'll have a table and be selling your books, because we'll see what happens, right? So Mia is the main character.
Yeah, so Mia's the main character, and like you said, it's a action thriller with some sci-fi is kind of how I portray it. And Mia is a twin, and so her brother, what happens to Mia is that, not too much of a spoiler, but I want to tell you about it, is she gets in a car accident and she's in a coma.
Is it a DeLorean?
There is not a DeLorean. But maybe the follow-up book. But and her brother becomes a neuroscientist to try to cure her, to try to cure brain diseases, and so that she can wake up and resume her life.
So he becomes that because of her. Well, or was he already on that path?
He was already on that path because his parents were neuroscientists and they already had a lab. He became interested in it, and when they found out that Mia had a marker for Alzheimer's, they began trying to really research how to cure her.
Interesting.
And then she got in this accident, so it was kind of like a double whammy.
Sure.
Like, her brain's damaged and she has Alzheimer's. What can we do about it?
Well, that's the great thing about being an author, is you can throw as much crap at your characters as possible. Like, I hate you, and you're going to have every affliction known to man, right? You're like, boop, and you're dead now.
She's actually a pretty sweet girl until she isn't. Till she isn't.
Yeah, no, so we got so there's definitely I can feel that sci-fi part of it. So where does the action part come in? So what if this was a movie, what scene would be like an action scene?
Okay, so it's like a movie in the fact that Milo is successful at making this drug, but he doesn't know it yet. And his partner kind of knows that some of the formula has been successful. And so what happens is an Italian pharmaceutical company tries to steal it. A pharmaceutical company in America hires the mafia to try to steal it.
Is there a car chase?
And then the good guys, the U.S. government, try to take it for themselves too. So we've got not so much car chases, but a lot of military type action and mafia action.
Sure, no, that's good. And sequel on the horizon, or no sequel, standalone at this point? Where were you thinking?
I intentionally wanted it to be a standalone, especially as my first novel. I didn't want the burden of having to tie myself to having to write a book 2 or 3. There's definitely a possibility, but I really wrote the ending, the conclusion, to kind of give the reader a satisfying.
Right. So when it's over, they don't feel like that they've been cheated, or there should be more.
Yeah, because I've read some books where the plot,
right,
but then you get to the end, you're like, well, he didn't even get there.
He didn't finish his journey.
So,
which if there was no plan for a sequel on books like that, they do feel unsatisfied. It's kind of like I don't know, you go to a restaurant and the plate comes out, and it's one of those plates where there's like one carrot, one green bean. You know, you're paying $80.
I know. I was gonna say it's the ones that cost a lot.
And you're like, I don't understand. I could have gone to McDonald's for a Big Mac or something like that. But so release schedule at this point, I believe, is late summer-ish.
It is. That is the best way to put it, because I tried to go by a month, which was hopefully July. It's probably gonna end up being August. My copywriter's gonna have it in June, I hope. So yeah, hopefully.
And and you have a website.
I do have a website.
You've launched the site.
It is.
So it's up.
It's up.
It's got the blurb is on it with some graphics,
Yep.
and your offer photo. And I assume that as we get closer to release date, it's going to populate. There's
will.
going to be some stuff. So what's the website?
It's djbaldwinbooks.com. So that's like, if you're military type, that's Delta Juliet. My last name is baldwinbooks.com.
Okay, perfect. And I know you and I talked before a little bit about this, but when the book does come out, you're kind of thinking of going wide with it. So if someone goes to Barnes and Nobles, or someone checks out, goes to Walmart.com, it'll be available, hopefully worldwide.
Yeah, I'm not really planning any exclusive deals with any companies, because I do think there's other great great apps and distributors out there.
Yeah.
So you should be able to get it at most places at your favorite.
All right, well, definitely looking forward to it. I'm excited to see the final cover art, which I'm sure you'll have a reveal.
I will have a reveal. It's supposed to be done on the 23rd of this month, which is May. So maybe around June I'll have that out.
Perfect. All right. Well, DJ Baldwin, thank you for sitting in the car and kind of putting your butt back in a seat that you have experience in a little bit. And taking time to talk to us. And this was another episode of Reading and Writing in a DeLorean, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you so much.